Do you have job offer? No. And if you have, you say yes, right? Then do you have a nomination certificate from a province? No. So if you say yes, then on to the application when you did, or you did add the person. You did add the person. No, if they call you as a family, it's you and your family. And you part 3 of 7, which is that comprehensive rankings. Okay. This is the good part. We're going to do a practical section. Alright? And we're going to be using our phone. You know, all this time that I've been talking about a particular scale where you're going to put your information, and then it helps you decide. Thank you very much. It helps you decide whether you are qualified or not. So basically, that comprehensive ranking scale is like, look at this way, it's a set of questions that you have to answer. And based on your answer, it will give you a score. Right? Based on your answer, it's going to give you a score. And then, based on the score, if your score is, so it will give everybody a score. And provided you are qualified, you'll be added to a pool. But everybody will have different score. And based on your qualifications, based on all the, you know, when we talk about things that affect whether you're married or not, educational level, IELTS score, based on age. Yes, it's going to put all those things together and give you a score. Based on that score, when Canada comes, you'll be arranged in the number based on who has the highest score, followed by who. So when they say, oh, we need the top 10 persons, for example, if you're among the top 10 persons, you are selected. If you are not among the top 10 persons, you will remain in the pool. After about a year, they'll kick you out of the pool and ask you like reassess yourself again before joining. So I think they do that also to reduce the number of people there, because they feel like if after a year they've not selected you, you are most likely not the kind of people they are looking for. So instead of keeping you in the system so that the system doesn't crash, they take you out so that but you can reapply, like you can do the assessment again and enter.
Especially the BSc.
So I talked about the danger of agency assessment, which I already explained that especially for the BSc people generally, and sometimes specific to other areas, you can do an assessment and somebody will say, yes, you qualify to enter the pool. You qualify to enter the pool, but are you qualified to immigrate? Like, are you likely to immigrate? How likely are you? If you don't have like a master's or PhD, it's going to be a problem. You will stay there 1 year later, they'll kick you out to do again. And if you don't have that information, that is because you are the base and almost will never make it. You can do that thing for 3 years. Remember, age is going. So getting that information that you need is very, very good, and being able to apply it. So how do you get the express entry assessment link? So first, let me explain that there is an official way for you to check your score by yourself. But because people don't know how to check their score by themselves, they have to rely on other people who know to check it for them, right? That's why, and people charge to check for it, and you won't blame them. They're offering service. My only bigger issue is when they check for you and say, oh, you're qualified. Meanwhile, you don't really even know that they're not really qualified in the long run, right? So there's an official way, and that's what we want to go through today. So let's type that thing, how to get, because the way I want to do it here is like, if I want to do assessments now, I will not say, Dr. Lisa, come and give me a link. What will I do? I'll go to Google. So let's go to Google. Bring out your phone. Who is on Google already?
All of us.
This is Google fastest finger. Who is on Google already? Okay. Awesome. Okay, so now let's do let's try and type. Because what are you likely to say? Maybe you say express entry assessment link. Let's put it out. Or you can say official express entry assessment link, right? Because there are different assessment links out there, but you want to get the official one. Please, everybody participate, so that you will know how to do it. Even if it's not important to you, tomorrow somebody else may need the information. Okay, let me type that myself so that I'll follow it. Official. That comprehensive ranking system.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So that, and I can see that thing is CIC. You put official. So because you are telling Google the official one, so let's remove official and just say express entry assessment link and see what happens. Let's see if it's going to be different.
Express entry.
So like the information I'm trying to pass there is that Google kind of brings back to you what you asked it, right? Like, sorry, my network is so slow here. So you can see system out there, but you may not get the Canada one if you are not talking about the official one. And even though Google will still give it to you, you just want to be sure. Two by one agent or organization or anything. It's better for you to use the official one, right? So network is so slow. So what's the first question that you see? Who is not there yet? Raise your hand, let me see you, so I can carry you along. So that all of us will do it, all of us will end at the same time. So being first will not really be the most important thing right now. Thank you so much. So one moment. Who has seen the questionnaire? I think you have to scroll to the end where it says what's your marital status. Okay, good. So let's answer that question. So you naturally all you just have to do is answer that question for all the questions that come up. Because when you answer one, it shows you the next one, and you keep answering. So what's your marital status is a personal question. Yeah, no, everybody answer for yourself. If you have a question, Linda, you have a question. Tell me, what's your question?
One of the questions there is
Is it about marital status?
yes, it talks about will your spouse
So common law partner come with you. You have moved to the next question. Oh, I see your point. Sorry, I just want to carry everybody. Yeah, sorry, I see your point. Okay. What's your marital status? Choose yours. Married or single? So the next question. Wait. Is your spouse or common law partner a citizen or permanent resident of Canada?
first question consider next question. Because you said never married.
Because you remember when we said it's going to personalize the experience, right? So if you are because I chose married, I'm seeing is your spouse a common law partner? Like is he a citizen or permanent resident? If you choose single, it's not going to ask you that question, right? It's going to jump to the next thing. So let's just answer that for the sake of people that are married. And there are also other options. Are you separated? Are you separated? So there are other questions, other options for you to choose. So it's not just married and single, right? And okay. So who is answering yes to this and who is answering no? So like, is your spouse a permanent resident or citizen? So you can choose yours and move to the next one. Will your spouse or partner come with you to Canada? No. Like, answer yours. If you are alone, just raise your hand so that I can carry you along. Where are you now? Where are you now? What's the question?
Okay, married. What's the
Yeah, so if you accept yes, you click so that you move to the next one. Is anybody lost? No? Okay, so we've had, for those that are married, we've had, is your spouse a citizen or permanent resident? Will they come with you to Canada or not? Will they come with you to Canada or not? So you can select your answer and move to the next one. And most times, the answer will be different based on whether, like, what you will see is going to be different based on your answer. So don't worry if your own does not look like your neighbor's own, because your neighbor may be married and you are single. Both of you will see different things. Your neighbor may be divorced and you are married, but you're like, both of us are married now. No, you are not married. Both of you are not married because you don't know your neighbor's situation, right? So ask questions based on yours. But what you will notice is that the answers are there, right? It's just a question of choose what applies to you. So it's not really even something that somebody have to like. Yeah, but let's go to the. How old are you? Choose your age. The next one is, what is your highest level of education? What is your highest level of education? Right. So you see 1 year program, 2 year program, bachelor's, 2 or more certificates, master's degree, doctorate level. Please choose the one that best applies to you. So, for example, if you have HND, you'll be choosing 2 or more certificates. That's the twist. And it gives you more scores than somebody that has just BSc. So this, I once made a video when I was saying that people that have HND have an advantage when it comes to Canada immigration system because of this. So you get a score for 2 or more degree, and it's a higher score compared to BSc. Yeah. I don't know. It's like, did you see it? So if you see, they arrange it in the order of the number. Yeah. I think it's just one moment. I think it's just like when the system is designed and it just suddenly favors some people, you know. So I don't think, maybe like in Canada now, people already do like 2 diplomas back to back, right? So they may just design that system in that way, and then suddenly in another country it's favoring somebody. Yeah, you have a question.
So the professionals who fall under the unity group, where do they fall?
So look at master's degree or professional degree. Can you see that? Yes. Master's degree. That's why I was saying that if you're professional, you are graded as somebody that have masters. Okay. So if you're an optometrist, you are going to be choosing master's degree or professional degree. If you're a doctor, master's degree or professional degree. That's the option. So, next one. What's the next question? What's the answer? No. But if you study, this is where study abroad comes in. If you studied in Canada, you will say yes. So, just for the sake of learning, I don't know, well, we can do that when we're altering. when you are doing this system, for example, and you come back here and you like on your phone, right, and you answer yes to that question, you actually see how your score will change. So because if you have studied in Canada, you will have a higher score than the same person who probably did their master's here or something like that. So as we said before, it harnesses all your points and then give you a score, and everybody's going to get something different. So have you earned a Canadian degree? Me now say yes. Because okay. Next question. What's the next question? Because I answered yes. Because I answered yes, it's not telling me to choose the level of education I give you. So let me answer no so that I'll see what most people see. Okay, so it says official language. So it says yeah, you need to submit language test results that are less than 2 years old. And your test result less than 2 years old, you're going to answer yes, right? So you answer yes because this is assuming that you have done your IELTS. So we're going to also make some assumptions so that you see how it works. So which language test did you take? Oh, so they've even added another one. So there's selfie, there's IELTS, there's TEF, and there's TCF. Okay. So they always update. So most people are going to take IELTS, but also if you take the French, if you learn French and take the French exam, it will give you another option. Like you see the next question. So let's select IELTS. Good. So you now say enter your IELTS score. Now, see what we want to do. We want to make an assumption that you have done your IELTS exam. That one is compulsory for everybody to do, right? That you've done your IELTS exam and you got a band 9. Okay. So once we make that assumption, what we're trying to say is, if in an ideal situation you've written your IELTS, you passed, this is what your score is going to be. But most times your score may, especially maybe if it's your first IELTS or something, may fall off below that band 9. So when we reach the level of twerking it, right, then we can so that you see how the score moves. But for now, let's assume that you've written IELTS, you have your band 9. What is your score going to be? So yeah. So speaking, you choose 7. That's the minimum. 7. Listening, you choose what? 8. That's the minimum that makes up the band 9. Reading,
7.0 to 7.0.
that's the band here. Yeah. Writing. Okay, good. So if let's click on reading, for example. If you click on it, you will see that there 7.5 to 7 to 7.5, 7.0 to 7.5, you get the same score, and this is different from somebody who has 8 to 9. So and the difference is not so much, maybe 2 points, 3 points. But because somebody asked a question behind the scene. So band 9 is not the maximum you can get. Band 9 is the minimum that you get for a very good score. But if you get something above band 9, like let me put it this way, they will still give you band 9, but if, let's say, instead of 7, you have 8 in reading, right? This is reading that, yeah, you have 8 in reading. They may add 2 more points on top of what your friend who got 7 will get, right? So even though band 9 is the highest in terms of band, it's not the highest in terms of CRS score. So feel free to get 999. I know some persons in this room that this is some magic. I'm still trying to ask them to cut soap for me. So reading, but we're choosing the least, the basic band 9, right? Writing 7. So let's go ahead. Please, is there anybody that have a question as to why we are choosing this particular this course? Or you understand? We're making an assumption that you've written your IELTS and you have passed. Good. Do you have any other language test results? This is the place where if you did French, you will say TF Canada. Like, click on it, you see the options. Or you now say not applicable. French can really help, but we're going to still talk more about that. Yeah. Work experience. Let's go to work experience. It says how many years of skill work experience do you have? So it's a personal question, right? Sorry, one moment. Oh, in Canada, so you select what applies to you. No, less than 1 year. That's if you've not worked in Canada. Then you move to the next question. In the last 10 years, how many total years of foreign skills work experience do you have? So you can choose the number of years you've worked. Who has at least up to 1 year work experience? Up to 1 year work experience. You have at least 1 year work experience. In Nigeria, that's what they say foreign skill. Foreign skill means outside Canada. You know, the first one is inside Canada. The other one is outside Canada. Meaning any other country outside Canada. Good. How many people have at least 1 year? At least 1 year. Okay. How many people have less than 1 year work experience? Less than 1 year work experience. Okay, nobody's raising up hands. So you can choose. If you notice, you see that 3 years or more is the highest. So even if you have 10 years, 5 years, it will still give you the same score for 3 years or more. So that when somebody is say I have 7 years, they're expecting that their score is going to be very high. It doesn't work that way. And they are wondering, even though I have 10 years, they still do not choose it. That's not just how it works. And moreover, if you have 10 years, there's a likelihood that your age has increased, right? So everything kind of just weighs you down. And it's like you are being weighed down by age, but your number of years of experience is not helping you. Okay, do you have a certificate of qualification from a Canadian province? If you say yes, you qualify for provisional. Or let's say for that province, and they'll give you the score for it. If you say no, then you move on as normal. Okay? Okay, do you have a valid job offer supported by labor market impact assessment? Do you remember? So it has to be supported by, not just that somebody say, come and do this job. You have to pass labor market impact assessment for it to be valid. You see? So all those things we talked about, the knowledge I've started counting right now. So go ahead. Do you have job offer? No. And if you have, you say yes, right? Then do you have a nomination certificate from a province? No. So if you say yes, then your husband to the application when you did, or you did add the person. You did add the person. No, if they call you as a family, it's you and your family. And if you notice what is happening, those that selected married, after they finish answering the question, they will start asking questions about your spouse. That's where your score starts. I don't know if I answered your question. Not yet. Tell me, did I answer your question? Tell me the truth now so that I will know whether to clarify. Okay, cool. So how many people selected married, please? Okay, cool. Let's go and answer the next questions. And most of those questions are questions we've already answered for you. So I'm just going to give you like 1 or 2 minutes to complete it for your spouse. But I will say for the sake of IELTS, make an assumption for a band 9 score, which is 8 in listening, 777 in the rest. So if you are single, you can go ahead and click on calculate your score. Okay, what did you get?
I got 450.
See, first of all, everybody is going to get different scores. So understand that. So the question is more about you yourself. What is your score? Not what is the correct score. You understand? Not what is the correct score or what is not the correct score. You yourself, what is your score? So let me put it this way. Hello, is there a question? Is there something I need to clarify? Go ahead.
Okay, for the relation, how did they get to confirm if you're related to someone? Probably you have a step father or sister. How did they confirm if you're actually related to them? Do they have a way of taking out the certificate or what?
So most times when you're immigrating to Canada, they are going to ask for your details as an individual. So for example, I'm immigrating to Canada, they will say, how many brothers do you have? You will say 2. Then they will say, what are their names? You put it there, so they will have your file. Tomorrow, when your brother comes and says, I have a sister in Canada, her name is Linda, they'll pull up my file. Oh, it's true. Linda said she has a brother. So, and that's the brother. Okay. You award your score to you. So, even though, you remember when I said Canada, they trust you or to prove not otherwise. So it's like, they'll give you the score, they'll ask you to submit your documents after this. So this is to know whether you're entering the pool and the other processes, right? Like the other process. So when they ask you to submit your documents, that's when they start verifying. They may also ask your sibling or your relative to submit extra documents to confirm if there is any doubt.
Okay, now here is maybe you grew up with a single mom and somehow the person got married to someone that lives in Canada. Can you actually use the person's referral to work with?
Yeah, that's your stepfather. That's your stepfather, and it's included. Did you notice the explanation they gave? They also even included in-laws, right? Like yeah, so yeah, and step students. Go ahead.
What if you know you include it when you are applying yours? Then when I'm not coming, it's like an issue.
They will ask for documents. So if it is not readily obvious, they will ask you for more documents. But you have to be able to prove that that person is related to you. They will ask for more documents. What? Okay. What score did you get? So different people got different based on what you chose at the time we were answering the question. And that's how it is in real life, right? Everybody's going to have different score. And that is why we're going to talk about, what is a good, one moment. We're going to talk about what is a good CRS score. But one thing to keep in mind, and they went ahead to explain the person has to be 18 years old or older, and all that, right? You can see the explanation there. So, have everybody selected their own answer? Yeah. Somebody asked a question about adoption. Can you see are you following the assessment? So like here they say a brother or sister related to you by blood, adoption, marriage. Those are, so they are trying to tell you the exact person. There's that kind of people that can be related to you that will count. So it's not just there's one person from my hometown. Like that's not what they are talking about here. Okay, select your answer. Some people select you. Okay, good. Did you see any other question? Because I selected no. So, is he asking you any other question?
Yes.
Go ahead. What question did he ask you?
What is the highest level of education?
Of that person. Okay. Wait. He did not say any other thing.
He didn't say any other thing.
No, I'm not talking about marriage. I'm saying that question number 10. Do your spouse or common law partner, do you or your spouse have somebody, a brother or sister living in Canada who is a permanent resident or citizen?
Yes, yes.
So the question is, did he ask you any other question after that? No. No. What?
Because we selected marriage.
What's the question?
What is the highest level of education for which your spouse or common law partner have?
Because you selected marriage, so they now want to start asking questions about your spouse. Good. So the point is, hello? Hello? Do you have a question? Go ahead.
My question is this. Let's assume you're married and you as the wife, you have the masters and the husband has just BSc. Now you've done the test and everything and you've thrown into the pool. Now your wife has
Your husband to the application when you did, or you did add the person?
you did add the test.
No, if they call you as a family, it's you and your family. And if you notice what is happening, those that selected marriage, after they finish answering the question, they will start asking questions about your spouse. That's where your score starts. You will be at least 40 points, 40 point drop for what you're supposed to get. So if you're the principal applicant or you are going as a single person, band 9 is not negotiable. So that means that IATS is very, very important, right? So inside, if you look into your bag, the bag in your chair, have you collected one bag for yourself? Collect one red bag for yourself, please. And look for the IATS thing. So there's an IATS, let me thank you. So there's an IATS Masterclass and it is free. It is free. If at least you can study this training, and then of course I'm not saying you should study only this training, but if you study this training and you write your IATS, you will see a dramatic increase in your grade. Yeah, especially when it gets to writing. I know a lot of people suffer from that. And when you actually I think writing is episode 4, 4A and B. When you actually take a look at it, that's when you will see that this is why a lot of people fail writing, because like they give you about 2 tasks and there's just you don't know whether you're writing formal letter or informal letter, and there's a huge difference between the two. So it's very easy for people to start getting 6 or 6.5 in writing because of that mistake from the letter writing especially. So this is IATS Masterclass. Before you write your IATS, take the training, okay? Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. How many people selected marriage, please? Okay, cool. Let's go and answer the next questions. And most of those questions are questions we've already answered for you. So I'm just going to give you like 1 or 2 minutes to complete it for your spouse. But I will say, for the sake of IATS, make an assumption for a band 9 score, which is 8 in listening, 777 in the rest. Yeah. So if you are single, you can go ahead and click on calculate your score. Okay, what did you get?
I got 450.
See, first of all, everybody is going to get different scores. So understand that. So the question is more about you yourself. What is your score? Not what is the correct score. You understand? Not what is the correct score or what is not the correct score. You yourself, what is your score? So let me put it this way. Hello, is there a question? Is there something I need to clarify? Go ahead.
Okay, for the relation, how did they get to confirm if you're related to someone? Probably you have a step father or sister. How did they confirm if you're actually related to them? Do they have a way of taking out the certificate or what?
So most times when you're immigrating to Canada, they are going to ask for your details as an individual. So for example, I'm immigrating to Canada, they will say, how many brothers do you have? You will say 2. Then they'll say, what are their names? You put it there, so they'll have your file. Tomorrow, when your brother comes and says, I have a sister in Canada, her name is Linda, they'll pull up my file. Oh, it's true. Linda said she has a brother. So, and that's the brother. Okay. You award your score to you. So, even though, you remember when I said Canada, they trust you or to prove otherwise. So it's like, they'll give you the score, they'll ask you to submit your documents after this. So this is to know whether you're entering the pool and the other processes, right? Like the other processes. So when they ask you to submit your documents, that's when they start verifying. They may also ask your sibling or your relative to submit extra documents to confirm if there is any doubt.
Okay, now here is it. Maybe you grew up with a single mom and somehow the person got married to someone that lives in Canada. Can you actually use the person's referral to work with?
Yeah, that's your stepfather. That's your stepfather, and it's included. Did you notice the explanation they gave? They also even included in-laws, right? Like yeah, so yeah, and step-siblings. Go ahead.
What if you know you're complete today, you are applying yours? Then when I'm not coming, it's like an issue.
They will ask for documents. So if it is not readily obvious, they will ask you for more documents. But you have to be able to prove that that person is related to you. They will ask for more documents. Okay, what score did you get? So different people got different based on what you chose at the time you're answering the question. And that's why it is in real life, right? Everybody's going to have different score. And that is why we're going to talk about, what is a good, one moment. We're going to talk about what is a good CRS score, right? So that we know exactly. The room is noisy, please. Hello? What questions do you want me to clarify?
Sorry,
Before we get to, dissecting what a good CRS score is, let me just say, at least if you have up to 450, it's like, you are safe. But don't forget, we made an assumption that your IELTS is perfect. So, give me an IELTS score that is less than the normal. That is less than band 9. Let's make up an idea. I wish I could write 6.5 in what? Okay, so let's do it this way. You'll be in charge of giving us a score that is less than band 9, okay? But everybody, let's go back to what you did before. And we're going to modify just the IELTS score to something less than band 9. Let me see. Oh, it's going to ask you to start a spreadsheet. So, please just quickly fill the questions the way you selected them before. But once you get to the IELTS score, once you get to the IELTS score, change it. But what are we changing it to? So we can just make it 666, just to make sure that it's less than band 9 and everybody can easily remember that. Just every other thing you answer the same. Just choose 666 for IELTS, which means you wrote your IELTS, you did not get up to band 9. What will happen? No, what exactly happened? Like, what was your point before? What is your point now? Okay, so here, if you have completed it, or if you are still putting your own, let me know. Who is still answering the questions? Who is still answering the question? Raise your hand so that we know that people are saying, okay, please complete it. Put 666 for ISCS. It's dropping like diving into the ocean, you know. But let's do something more dramatic. Like, when I use the word more dramatic, it's like small change so that you will see the real effect. Let's do the assessment again, but this time put 7 across board. So the only thing that is affected is the listening, which is not 8. So put 7 across board so that you will see the difference. Once you get yours, let me know. 777 across board. So it's only the listening that is altered.
Which number should we go for the listening?
777. I don't understand what you mean. 7 for all of them. So it's only the listening that is not 8. So in that band 9 matter, it's only the listening that is missing. What did you get? Okay, 390. One moment. 390. And what was your score before? 447. So if you notice, there's about a 40-point drop. 54, is that what you said? Who else noticed how many scores dropped from yours? 41 dropped from yours.
398 from 460.
So what's your drop? How many points dropped?
51.
50. So if you notice, just a small change in your IATS score below band 9 has a very big effect of 40 to 50 points drop. So if someone now come and tell you have 777, good now, use it like that. You just shot yourself in the leg, right? Because the drama is too much for that small change. So